Test. All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. My name is Daniel Van Allsburg, one of the directors at Mountain Grove. I had that written down so I wouldn't forget. And I would like to welcome you to the 2024 South Central Association Conference Honor Bands performance. Before we start, I'd like to take a minute to ask everyone to just make sure your electronic devices and phones are on silent or turned off so that we don't interrupt the performances. As many of you know, the students just auditioned for these groups on Tuesday and have had the music for only about 3 to 4 days. They've been working extra hard rehearsing with two amazing clinicians all day today, and I think you're going to enjoy what they've put together. That said, I'm very excited to introduce this year's clinicians. It has been a pleasure working with them in preparation for today and watching how well they interact with the kids. Our first clinician has taught 22 years for Cassville, Sparta, West Plains, and Springfield School Districts, and is currently the director of bands for Pleasant View Middle School, teaching 6th, 7th, and 8th grade bands. In her professional time, she adjudicates for area festivals, teaches private lessons, and is a member of NBA, NAFB, Phi Beta Mu, and NEA. She also has described herself as a proud product of both our conference and our district, having grown up in West Plains School and participating in events like this one. Feel free to find a more detailed bio in the program, but for now, please help me welcome Ms. Allison Tipton in the 2024 Junior High Honor Band.
It is on now. Good. Okay, technology. We'll make it through. Thank you so much. It has been an honor to be here today. We have had a wonderful time together. We started our morning with that march, and they didn't like me very much. They said, no, I don't like this. And so over time, I won them over, and we eventually were able to keep working that back in. And I'm so very, very proud of them doing that for me tonight. So our second piece is called Winter Winds. And I thought, January, February, right? We might have some winter weather, and how appropriate would that be? And here today, it's 60 degrees, and we have some rain coming in. So I just got a notification that the rain started in Springfield. So I thought for sure this might work out for me, but here we are. So Ozarks weather, right? We have to deal with that. So Winter Winds is about the excitement of winter, sledding, snowball fights, all the amazing things that we get to do as kids. I call me kids, these kids, like we all get to do those kinds of amazing things. So Winter Winds. on the end. Okay, so this is for our middle school parents right now. Okay, I'm going to have each row stand up so that you can get a good picture of them and the rows, right, to the back, because sometimes we can't always see the kids that are working really, really hard in the back. Okay, so I want to make sure that we get this. So percussion, can you guys stand really still, really quick? Your percussion parent, right? They stand a lot, right? So how they see it. Okay, my fourth row, trumpets, tubas, baritones, trombones, you guys stand up. Good pictures. Okay, third row, clarinets, bass clarinets, saxophone. And first row, I saw that once in an honor band, and I thought that was pretty amazing. Okay, okay. Our next piece, we've talked a lot about today about being a family. We've all come from different band families to become a band family today, and we talked a lot about all the things that band can do for kids and all the benefits that it has. And one of the most amazing things that I ever got to experience as a band kid was in college, was getting to go to Scotland and perform for a month. And I will never forget that experience in my whole life. And so I always like to try to bring a little bit of Scottish, some beautiful Scottish ballads into either performance or with my students back home. So this next piece is a Robert Sheldon called Scottish Ballad. to the auditions and turning this music around really quick for us to have this beautiful concert today. So I want to thank them. Thank you for the invitation. I started my day talking with the kids about how I was that quiet kid who sat in honor band, and sometimes I didn't know the people even next to their names next to me. Sometimes I didn't really even know them. I was very quiet and very shy. So we broke out of our shell a little bit, and I made everybody introduce themselves to the person next to them and behind them and all over. And I also challenged them to sometime during our time together and in their breaks to make sure they introduce themselves to somebody else, maybe in a different section, definitely not from their own school, and just trying to get to know each other because as our high school students, right, many of them were in this band, they're in the high school band, and we will continue to know each other across this amazing journey. I didn't tell them until the very end today that it was an honorary trombone player that sat behind me in 7th grade in the SCA band 30 years ago that then later became my husband. They got very freaked out about that, by the way. I usually save that to the end. We had some good laughs about that, but you just never know. And band is an amazing thing. It's an amazing organization that is in all of your communities, and it is alive and well. And so continue to support those directors and music in your schools because this is going to be everything for them. So thank you so much for today. We're going to end today with an amazingly strong piece that they love called Armory.
Please excuse us while we do a quick setup change getting ready for the high school band.